Hi everyone, it's Terry from Danu's Irish Herb Garden. And first of all, I'd just like to apologise to everybody who's been leaving comments because I didn't get any notification from YouTube, so I didn't know they were there, and some of them are going back a couple of months. So I'm very sorry. I've replied to them all and acknowledged them all. I haven't been well for the past 10 days or so because I've had some kind of viral thing. It never really broke out as a flu. I was just wasted and had to go to bed. And then the last few days I have had a kind of cold. So thanks be to plantain, which is here, and some silverweed, which isn't available to show you at the moment, I've managed to come through it. But I thought it's time to get some dandelions because they're really going to tone me up and cleanse my system and give my liver a kickstart and get me really back on top of things. So I'm on my way into the polytunnel because I've got lots of them in there, but I found a lovely one here on the path. And just to help you with identification, if you look at the leaves, you can see they're heavily indented, and hence the name Dandelion, because they look like lion's teeth. But to me they look like shark's fins. They're always going backwards, and that's a way to recognize them. And then they have a hollow stem which is full of a milky white latex. So if I was to snap that, you can see it's hollow inside, not much latex in there, a little bit. And of course the beautiful yellow flower, which is closed today because it's not very sunny. So I'm going to go in the polytunnel and get some more because it'll be a little bit warmer. So you can hear the rain now, so I'm glad we're in the polytunnel because I don't want to get damp and chilly. Here on the path there are lots of fresh young dandelion plants. They self-seeded last year because I didn't mind having them in the polytunnel. There's even some down there that are in one of the beds, but that's fine. This is a great specimen. I don't want to take too many flowers because the bees will need the flowers, but the leaves will just rejuvenate. As people who try to kill dandelions will attest, they just keep coming back. So these are going to make some fresh tea, and they're going to go into our salad this evening. They're lovely, bright, vibrant green. They're bitter to the taste, which will stimulate appetite and digestion, and they're going to help. You see, to me the liver is the prime organ, because the liver keeps everything else ticking over, and the liver also cleanses our system. So for example, if you go to, let's say, an orthodox medical practitioner with a skin complaint, they'll probably give you something topical, and it might relieve symptoms, it might relieve itchiness or soreness, but it's not getting to the cause, which is a liver that needs some help. Because when your liver is functioning properly, your blood is cleansed, your whole system is cleansed and will work better, and therefore there's no need for the body to eliminate onto the skin. So your skin will improve. So that bitterness is called the bitter principle, and it's helping to stimulate the digestion, the liver, and tone up my whole system. So I'm going to get lots of leaves to put into a salad, and I'm going to dry some leaves to make tea. And then later on in the season I will dig up some roots and put those with the dried leaves, and then I'll have a whole plant remedy, and I'll keep the flowers too. So I'll just take a few leaves from each of these little plants. It's hard to get the roots from the path because they're very small, thin little roots at the moment. Chewing these fresh leaves is also very good for your tooth enamel. And if you have high blood pressure problems, you know, remember that if you remember, the folk name for dandelion is piss the bed, because it's a diuretic. So it's going to help you with water control. It's not going to make you wet the bed, but it will help you to excrete water that builds up and causes blood pressure. And the great thing about dandelion is that it is very high in potassium, which means that unlike other diuretics that flush the potassium out, you will hold on to your potassium, which ultimately means the cells in your body retain their integrity, because you need to have potassium on one side of the cell exterior and sodium on the inside. And then your cells are healthy. Oh, but you know, even though it's a bitter taste, it's a kind of a nice bitter taste. It's kind of like you feel that it's doing a lot of good. And it's just great to start being able to harvest things again. So I'm going to get on with picking these leaves, and outside there may be a bit more depth. I can get a few young roots which can be chopped into a salad as well. And I just think that will give me the pick-me-up I need after having this flu-y cold thing going on for a few days. And once more, just to apologise for not acknowledging people who've been kind enough to comment. And I really appreciate the comments. And I appreciate subscriptions. And have a look at the blog posts on the website as well. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you next time.